tell me if this is a problem. Here are the GOP committee chairs. Show that picture. Everyone is a middle-aged white guy. Okay, is there a diversity problem in the Republican Party?
The fact is that picture is by definition not helpful.
Mr. Gingrich, I agree. That picture is not helpful if you are a member of the Republican Party, the party that just got shellacked in the most recent election among any voters who were not themselves middle-aged white guys. Turns out there's a whole bunch of those voters. It is not helpful for the Republicans to have the country see a picture of the 19 Republican congressmen elected to chair all of the Republicans' congressional committees this next year. 19 committees, 19 white guys, some of whom defeated Republican women members of Congress who wanted those chairmanships, but the Republicans gave it to the guy instead. Like, for example, Congresswoman Candace Miller. She's a representative from Michigan's 10th District. She's a Republican. She wanted to be picked to chair the House Homeland Security Committee. She's a member of that committee. Her party said no, she was not picked. They picked a guy instead. And the not picking of women set off a kind of amazing attempt at damage control in the House, much of which was conducted by Republican congresswomen themselves. And ultimately, they set their hopes on the fact that there were still 2 committee chairs to be doled out. 19 committees had been assigned to 19 Republican men, but there were 2 more committees where the chairmanships were doled out by the Speaker of the House himself. So maybe he'd pick a woman for those committees, right? The problem, of course, is that in this upcoming Congress, there are 0 Republican women serving on either of those 2 remaining committees that are still looking for a chair. So how could you put the chair when there's nobody in the membership? Who's Speaker Boehner going to put in charge if there are no Republican women on those committees? I mean, has that ever been done? Has the Speaker ever taken somebody who's not a member of a committee and made them the chair of that committee? Has that ever happened? We have been digging around for an answer to that all day, and the answer appears to be never, at least not since the 19th century, when committees were assembled in a very different way than they are today. And that's what makes today's news so interesting, because House Speaker John Boehner announced today that he did find a gal, Congresswoman Candace Miller. He's decided to put in charge of not the Homeland Security Committee, no, the House Administration Committee. So the woman who wanted to chair Homeland Security and was on that committee instead got a consolation prize. She's going to be chair of a committee that she hasn't been on before, a committee that, among other things, oversees the House cafeterias. So this not helpful picture is now, if I have done the math right, suddenly 105% more helpful. Look, diversity. And Speaker Boehner has 1 more committee chairmanship to bestow yet. So there could be even more unprecedented diversity to come.